earth, and I want to give honor to the people that support me on Spreaker, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. The first thing I want to talk about is COVID is on the rise, people. Please be careful, be safe, be safe, mask up, disinfect everything. And to people that test positive, please inform everyone that you know that you have tested positive. Hello, Pan. This is running through Spreaker and it is running through YouTube. This show, and first let me do this disclaimer. The views and opinion expressed on this show are those of mine, Darlene April. It is nothing personal. If you think the shoe fits, then wear it. When I talk about different subjects, I did not live to be 59 years old to sugarcoat stuff. So, with that disclaimer, let's get into this. First, protect yourself from COVID. Inform people if you have tested positive. COVID is back on the rise again, and I don't know what to say anymore other than protect yourself. I don't even know if the vaccinations work. I don't know anything, and I don't think the United States government knows anything. Stay prayed up. Whatever higher power you serve, tell him, thank you, Lord. Let me go out here and battle this unknown virus. Now, the subject I want to talk about is you sorry men. That's walking around here with children that you don't claim. You scum. If you know you have a child out here and you don't claim them, you're scum. You're bottom feeders. Also, children that are born before a marriage, and you get with a woman that has a problem with your child that was born before the marriage, not during the marriage. Y'all know my famous words. You with a dirty woman. Especially if the child was born before the marriage. Hello, Elizabeth. How are you? Glad to see you, my friend. Oh, I was so mad COVID hit. I was looking so forward to coming celebrating your 50th with you. So I am upset about that. Well, I was, but that's life, and I will get another chance. We will get another chance to see each other. So back to this. So if you had a child before the marriage and you marry a woman, first of all, you a man. You're not a man if you got a child out here and you marry a woman that don't accept that child. You're not a man. You're scum of the earth. Children before a marriage and a man remarries and don't acknowledge that child, you are scum of the earth. And if you get with a woman that's not accepting that child neither, she is pathetic. Children did not ask to be here. I do not want to go to a funeral knowing a man had a child out here before marriage, but the wife had a problem with the child. And it was before marriage. The kids knew. But you don't accept that child or recognize that child. You's a sorry man. And any woman that has an issue before a child with a child that was born before the marriage, you're pathetic. You're sickening. You need to go seek some professional help. Any man I dated, if they had kids, their kids were welcome into my home. Children didn't ask to be here. But just to outright don't acknowledge them. Do you know what that does to a child? And you got other kids out here. And then another thing. You sorry men that get with women, dish your kids and treat the other woman's kids better than your own flesh and blood, you're sick and pathetic too. Your own flesh and blood, you don't recognize, but you recognize another woman's child as your own, but you have said, F my kids. Anybody that does this, you're scum of the earth. You are scum of the earth. Again, I'm going to repeat. The views expressed on this show is those of Darlene April. It's not personal. I did not live to be 59 years old, and I'm going to start talking about some things. And if you think the shoe fits, then you wear it. Because you're a sorry man if you out here not acknowledging your child and acknowledging another woman's kids more than yours, not even acknowledging them. Do you know what that does to a child? To their self esteem, to their mind? Now, if a man has a child during the marriage, I can see where that's hard to accept. The child didn't ask to be here while y'all was cheating and creeping, but woman didn't know about it. So some women have a problem with that. I can understand that, but the child didn't ask to be here. I ain't saying they got to be all at your house, but the child did not ask to be brought into the situation of people cheating and lusting. Any woman that gets with a man and know they have children, you are supposed to accept those children. They are children. They are not adults. They are children who still need to be shown love, neutering. They should be able to say, I can go over to my dad's house and I've got a great stepmom. She might be funny. She might have funny ways, but she treats me nice. But you men that don't even acknowledge your children, you're the scum of the earth. Some of these men getting preached into heaven and got a child out here that they didn't claim. And they wonder why the black community is so messed up, why the kids are so messed up. And some men that have been in relationships and been with women since their children were born. And you guys divorce. You're the only father that some of these children have known. And you just vanish. One thing I can say about my grandmother, Sonora Carter, may she rest in peace. See, I know all of my cousins, the cousins before the marriage, okay? Before the marriage, the outside kids that they made in Mississippi. My grandmother and my uncles didn't play that stuff. They acknowledged all of their children. And we got to know all of them. Hey, rocking with the truth. Girl, I'm talking about sorry men that don't acknowledge their children, some that have children before they get married, and once they get married, they don't acknowledge their child. I say they scums of the earth. And if the wife has issues with your child before the marriage, you're a sick and pathetic man to be with that type of woman that won't accept your child before the marriage. And you go on through life and have kids, and you have another kid out here. The man scum and the woman is scum too. You have messed up a child's life. Then rocking with the truth, I'm talking about the men that get with another woman and then they act like the previous family don't exist. Their biological kids, the kids that they raised since birth. Okay, so let's read some of the comments. Hey, B Sparrow. B Sparrow talking. Pan, Miss Elizabeth, and I got Big Illinois. Now, rocking with the truth says, my dad allegedly has 3 other children, and I only know their names and that they are younger than me. I'm the youngest of my mom's 3. So now, rocking with the truth, did you hear this information? Hey, I am Queen. Did you hear this information before your dad passed or after your dad passed? You, hey, Karen J. Oh, oh, rocking with the truth, and he tried to get you all together. I'm going to put the link. Now, I've got to give kudos to your dad because at least he did try. Oh, girl, I'm putting the link. Can you come up and share the story if you want to? And you said you was the only one that showed up. So before he died, at least he did try to right his wrong. Yeah. B Sparrow, if anybody is interested, I put the link in the chat. Because B Sparrow said my dad don't have any outside children, but married my mom who already had a child. Then he had me and my older brother. With my mama, they still together. And I'm pretty sure he treated your your mom's other child just like he treated the rest of you children. That's what real men do. Real men don't get with other women and forget about their own children. that they gave birth to. Real men acknowledge their children. Would you like to come on the panel and talk about this? Because some things have come to light. And again, I am going to say the views expressed on this show are the views of Darlene April. It's no, you know, I'm not, it's not aimed at anybody, but if the shoe fits, wear it. That's all I can say. So I've got the link. If some people want to come up and talk about this, Karen J says, my daughter's father wasn't around for anything. He wouldn't speak to our daughter when he visited our church. He's a minister of music. I'm assuming you're saying my daughter joined his church thinking it would build their relationship. Karen J, did the church know that he had a daughter? He shouldn't have never been a minister of music, not acknowledging his children. B. Sparrow says, my ex-husband, an Ibo man, had children on me and thought I was going to take care of his outside child. He said I should have been honored. Now see that's kind of a touchy situation because um hey Diva Divine, because I do know that for a man to have an outside children in the marriage, I don't know how I would feel. You got it out there, you know, while y'all was cheating, creeping, sneaking, doing whatever, but now you got a kid and you want me to accept that child. I don't know uh, how I could handle that. I haven't been in that situation. But I do know of a family member that had big problems when she found out her husband had an outside child. It took her for that child to get grown to finally sit down and tell this child that I'm sorry, you know, like she was a reminder that the person, that her husband cheated. So I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I mean, I can say children are innocent. They didn't ask to be here. I know some women like like what you're saying, B Sparrow, that took the outside kids and took them right on in, just like they was there. We're talking about children during the marriage. Now, Elizabeth Robertson says, my fiance loves my children and grandchildren. They call him Papa. He don't have any kids for me to love. B Sparrow Talk says, look at Tristan Thompson. He admitted finally that the last girl that said she was pregnant, it's his baby. I feel he only did it because the child is a boy. And also in the news is this alleged child that Jay-Z is supposed to have. And the mom is dead. But every time they get ready to go to court, something happens. A car accident or something. The mom is dead. So allegedly, if this child, I guess if Jay-Z was to acknowledge this child, he would be labeled as a predator. How sickening. And you can Google it. Jay-Z's alleged child from way back in the project days. And the mom died. Men claim your children. Claim your children. And they wonder why children are so messed up. This is another problem in the Black community. Any woman, now I'm not talking about children during the marriage. I'm talking about children that was before the marriage or you get with another woman, you get a divorce, and you stop acknowledging your child and treat another woman's child better than yours, don't include your children with that, you're scum and she's scum. And B Sparrow, you know, Jay-Z won't even take the DNA test. If you look at the pictures, it's his child. This happened years ago. You know, there were a lot of girls that got pregnant in high school, ended up marrying other men that that accepted their child, but still the biological father still needs to acknowledge that child. And exactly, B, if Black people knew our true history, we would raise our children better. Every man I dated that had children, they were active. If my son had a birthday party, their kids were coming. If we were doing something, their kids was coming too. Yes, he did do. Hold on for a moment. Okay, I'm back. So yes, my uncles on my mother's side, all of the children that they had before they got married, they were our cousins. We knew my grandfather had outside children. I did not even know that they were not even like they were half sisters and brothers till I was grown. That's how real people got down back in the day. You sitting around laying up with some woman with your kids and a child that was born before a marriage, you scum. And what's up with this? All of this stuff, like, ooh, we ain't gonna talk about the outside kids or the kids that was born before the marriage because it upset somebody. What is there to be upset about? What is there to be upset about? You are a selfish woman. If you want to act like a man that had children before he married you didn't exist, you're scum too. And people co sign this behavior. It bothers them to talk about that. What the hell is there to be bothered about as a child? Hey, rocking with the truth. How are you doing, my beautiful friend? It bothers them to talk about that. What the hell is there to be bothered about as a child? Rocking with the truth. Hey, rocking with the truth. How are you doing, my beautiful friend? It bothers them to talk about that. What the hell is there to be bothered about as a child? Okay, let's see. With the truth. Hey, rocking with the truth. We're gonna see if she can get her laptop to work. It bothers them to talk about that.
What the hell does that to be bothered about? It's a child.
Okay, let's see.
With the truth. I'm rocking with the truth.
We're gonna see if she can get her laptop to work.
Bob is gonna talk about that. What the hell does that to be bothered about? It's a child.
Okay, let's see.
With the truth. I'm rocking with the truth.
We're gonna see if she can get her laptop to work. Okay, we're gonna pause a few minutes so we can get rocking with the truth. Time, she's coming on the panel for YouTube. So we're gonna give her a minute. We're gonna see if she can get her laptop to work. In the meantime, I'm gonna read a comment from Spreaker.com. Time, she's coming on the panel for YouTube. So we're gonna give her a minute. We're gonna see if she can get her laptop to work. In the meantime, I'm gonna read. Elizabeth Robertson says, as parents, we need to lead by example. Here, learn how to be loved and be loved by our actions. In the meantime, I'm so proud of the men and fathers my sons are. As parents, we need to lead by example. Here, fathers my sons are. As parents, we need to lead by example. Here, we're still waiting for Rocking with the Truth to get her laptop. We are patient people. We need to lead by example. We're still waiting for Rocking with the Truth to get her laptop. We are patient people. We need to lead by example. We're still waiting for Rocking with the Truth to get her laptop. We are patient people. We need to lead by example. We're still waiting for Rocking with the Truth to get her laptop. We are patient people. We need to lead by example. We're still waiting for Rocking with the Truth to get her laptop. We are patient people. We need to lead by example. We're still waiting for Rocking with the Truth to get her laptop. We are patient people. We need to lead by example. We're still waiting for Rocking with the Truth to get her laptop. We are patient people. Okay. All right. Okay, Rocking with the Truth. I'll remove you. How are you doing? I am Queen Newton. How's everything been going for you? Okay. Hey, my girl B Sparrow, what's going on? My sister, my queen. How have you been? Hello? Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
What's up, sis?
Nothing much, girl. I said, that now that I've lived to be 59, I've got echoes now.
Yeah, you was having them earlier. Wait, maybe that's my phone. Let me turn everything down. I got everything to turn down on my end. But you had some echoes earlier before I hopped on when Rocking with the Truth was trying to get on. I don't
That's
know.
when the echoes started.
Yeah, I don't know if you had it seemed like somebody had an extra window open, like they had the
Right.
YouTube window open
Yeah, but
and the
I was
StreamYard window
able
open.
to hear her. So
It's
is
good
there
now.
still echoes now?
We couldn't hear Rocking with the Truth. I couldn't
I
hear
couldn't
Rocking.
hear her neither. What I could hear with Rocking with the Truth, I can hear her. It was repeating what I was saying.
Right, I could only hear you. And that was because somebody had a window open somewhere or something.
Okay, so is there still an echo? Yeah,
No,
right.
no.
Okay, so B, give give me your input on tonight's subject.
It's kind of a touchy subject for me because if you think about it, um, in biblical times, men were allowed to have women, more than one woman. Well, let me put it this way: before they say before the law, I don't know when that was, but men were allowed to have more than one wife. In fact, that's how the 12 tribes of Israel was brought about. That's where we come from. So I don't know what to think about it. I know how I feel about it as a woman. I just want my man to myself. And most men think that's when we think like that, we're being selfish. I was married to an Igbo man, Nigerian man, and we all know that Nigerian men up to today, in some tribes, they do have more than one wife. My ex-husband, decided that he wanted to go outside of our marriage. Well, what happened was he got deported and had to go back to Nigeria and ended up having a son while he was over there and expected for me to help get the son over here and help raise the son. So I just couldn't. I'm not African. I can't do that. I'm a woman. I just can't share. Call it selfish. Call it what you want. I can't do it. Long story short, he comes back, but while he was before he left, we were separated. He found himself a little white young thing to be with, and we separated. And he got deported, came back. I tried to work it out. We tried to work it out as the family, but it just didn't work out. He had another child, and I was like, you know what? I can't. I'm done. Boom. So I just can't raise. I don't know. I don't want to say I can't raise nobody else's child, but if he had treated me with some respect, perhaps I would have ended up raising his children. But you don't get to treat me like shit and then expect for me to submit to you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I understand at all, and that's what I say. Um, you know, and that's why I'm having you speak because I can't speak on if I was married and my husband had a child because I've never been married to say what I would do. You know,
Listen.
I haven't been in that type of situation. And
Mhm.
as much as I say children are innocent, that, but I don't know, because I haven't been in that situation. But like I said, I know some women that accepted it and some women that didn't. But I haven't been in those shoes.
You know, it depends on how the man treat the woman. If that man had treated me like the queen that I am and like I deserve to be treated, I probably wouldn't have mind. You know, we probably would have worked it out, and I probably wouldn't have mind raising his children. But like I said, you don't get to treat me like shit and expect for me to submit to that. No, sir, Bob. I don't mind submitting. Don't get it twisted. I don't mind submitting. And I know some women have a problem with submitting. That's because they don't understand what it really means to submit. But I don't mind submitting to my man if my man is treating me like the queen that I am. I don't mind at all. But you don't get to treat me like shit and expect for me to submit. Uh-oh, you hear it? You don't get to treat me like shit and expect me to submit.
Hey, I heard that. But check this out. Now, did he have kids before you got married?
Yes, and I didn't find out until way after we was married. So,
okay.
So
how did you feel about those children?
Let me tell you, I was crushed. Let me tell you how I found out. He used to call.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, start with the story. So you're saying you didn't even know he had children before the marriage?
I did not.
Okay, let me mute my mic. Tell this story.
So he used to call the name Victoria in his sleep a lot. Victoria. He used to say her name in his sleep. And I used to think, oh, this nigga is dreaming about another woman. Come to find out, it was his daughter. He finally showed me a picture of her, and I knew it was his baby. You know, we know, because she had his feet. Same feet as one of my daughters. So I knew I was crushed, but there was nothing that I could do. She was grown. She had already, she was grown. I think by the time I found out, she was like in her early 20s. And so that's how I found out.
Okay, so did you embrace her or?
She was in Nigeria. I never met her. She was in Nigeria.
Oh, okay, she was in Nigeria.
Yes.
Okay.
Never, before me. He had her before me. And when I met him, I had just graduated out of high school, girl. I was just 18 years old. Didn't even know him. And I got pregnant by him and didn't want to have my children without their father. But if I knew then what I know now, I would have kept moving. You know what I'm saying? Because I could have done it on my own with the life that I had. Hindsight. But me being an 18-year-old, 17, 18-year-old girl, and me being a so-called Christian, no divorce had ever been through my family, I said, I got to take care. I got to be responsible. I got to take care of my responsibilities. And I thought that being married was the way to go. And y'all might think I'm crazy, but I stayed married to him for a long time before I finally left. And when I say a long time, y'all be surprised how long I stayed with this man before I left. But better late than never. And so I had to find myself all over again because when I married him, I lost myself in him and my two girls. There's a lot more that I can say, but I don't want to get into it right now. But it's a lot more that I can say.
And I just appreciate that. And that's what I said. It's so many things going on in the Black community that we need to start talking about. And not be able to feel like we should be comfortable.
Right. Look at what the oracle said.
I still look at you as a beautiful woman. That happened back then. You learned you are a beautiful woman now.
Girl, look. I didn't even know what love was until I married the man that I'm with now, who turned out to be my childhood friend from back in North Carolina. But look at what the oracle, shout out to my sister Oracle 007. Look at what she said.
Hey, Oracle 07.
Look at what she said.
So read what she says.
She said, I believe too many men are expecting a lot of submission at the very beginning of this meeting you with no commitment. We don't even know one another. How do I know if I can be safe with you? Nope. Exactly. They want us to commit simply because we women. All women don't know what it means to commit. Just like all men don't know what it means to commit. I mean, submit. They want us to submit right off the top just because we women. Learn how to treat your woman and maybe you can get some of that submission. Submission is a beautiful thing for a woman. Y'all don't understand. Y'all, most of my sisters, when y'all hear submission, y'all be ready to snap y'all fingers, roll y'all necks, roll y'all heads. Study what the word really means and study it through the lens of the Most High Yah. Study it through the lens of Jesus. Like, what would Jesus want you to do according to scripture? Meditate on the word submission according to scripture, not according to man. Let me put it that way. And then you'll understand.
I'm sure that it does mean submission does mean accepting the child that they might have had before you got together.
Well, in my case, I couldn't have not accepted the child if I didn't know about the child. But yes, perhaps, perhaps.
But I'm talking about some people that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord, this is my opinion and my opinion only. I just know of some situations where outside kids before marriage was never acknowledged.
That happens a lot.
And
that happens a lot.
I think it's horrible. And I think we wonder why people are the way they are now. Some people don't even know how to love. They never got love as a child. Your father never acknowledged you, but he acknowledged his other kids. Man, that can mess a person's mind up, a child's mind up.
Yeah, because I don't know if you know this, but Venus and Serena has an older sister that their father had. Their father had the child before them, and he left. When he left her mother and her, he never looked back, and so she grown now and still feeling some kind of way on the inside about it.
Well, yeah, I would too. You got a father out here treating his other kids better than you.
Yeah.
And so my thing is, what do we do? What do you do? Everybody goes along with the program? Like, no. If you know that man had a child before he got with you, you should accept that child. That was before you.
Now, sometimes, but I know this is not the subject. Sometimes the baby mamas make it hard for the man to be with his child. Especially when she find out he got another family. Let me tell you something. I never did that to my ex. When my girls was, well, by the time I left, my girls was like preteens. But if I had been separated from my husband when they were babies, I would have been glad for him to come pick them up. Come on, come get them. You know what I'm saying? I would want him to come pick them up. A lot of these baby mamas don't even want the father to come and get the child because they're mad that the father moved on.
That's true.
That's crazy to me. Come get these children. Come on. Can I come get? Yeah, come get them. Can I have them for a week? Yeah, you want them for 2 weeks? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That can give you time to get yourself, some time to yourself. But some of us women, we so caught up on, I don't know what it is. Hatred. I don't know. Hate because the man moves on.
Ignorance. 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 Why would you stop the father from seeing his children
Right.
because he's with somebody else?
Right.
That's
Right.
dirty too.
You have to trust the man to take care of his children just like you take care of them. That's crazy to me. Unless you know that he's doing something to them children he ain't got no business doing, or that the other person doing something to them children that they ain't got no business doing. You wrong, sis. Let that man see his children.
Yeah, I can remember my son, when he got to be what was it, 8th grade or freshman? He decided that he wanted to go live with his father. Now, much as I could, his father had never really did that much financially. He had great uncles that filled in. And I let my son go stay with him. I was hurt deep down inside, like, oh, he want to go stay with this so ain't really did nothing for him.
Mm-hmm.
But I still allowed my son to go live with him.
Right.
And that was for 1 year. And let me tell you, it was an experience. But that's what you chose. And I did not stop him. So my son could never say I kept him away from his father.
I would never do that.
Rest in peace.
I would never do that. I would never do that. Never. And if anybody's listening to this and you're not allowing your children to see their father, especially if they want to see him, shame on you. Woe unto you.
Yes. You want to read the comments, B?
Hold on 1 second. I'm sharing this on Facebook right quick.
Okay.
Yep. Woe unto you, honey. Give me a second. Hold on. Okay. Hold on.
Okay. Wait a minute. Let me grab me some snacks. Yeah.
Okay, so where we at? Oracle said they want. Let me go back up. Yeah, they want so much dimension. They need to remember that we are supposed to submit to one another. You want submission. Let's get into a commitment. A commitment. Commitment. Let's get into a commitment after we get to know each other. Yes, honey. Absolutely. Yep, using the children as pawn, rocking with the truth. I would never do that. I can't do that. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. Children need to know their fathers. Children need to know, especially in our community.
That's right. No matter what they are doing in their life, whether they're a bum to the millionaire,
I don't care.
That's still their father.
Children need to know their father.
You know, it's weird because I have an uncle that had been with a, a woman, and he used to say all of her kids was his kids.
Mm-hmm.
Here again, when I got grown, found out some of them was not. But my uncle was man enough to say all of her kids was his kids.
Mm-hmm.
Where the real men at?
Too busy trying to be like us.
Where the real men at nowadays? Cause I'ma tell you, y'all, that you get married to some of these women, the minute you get sick, they're gonna be ready to throw your butt in a nursing home. You might need your kids to come feed you. So you need to be careful. You need to be careful how you treat your kids.
So with that being said, let me ask you this. How do you feel about Alicia Keys?
How do I feel about who?
Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys. Now, some people say she was a home wrecker. And were they actually seeing each other while he was married? Her and Swiss Beats?
I believe so.
Well, they finally just all came together where Swiss Beats' first wife will allow the children around Alicia.
What do you think about? So, have you heard about the rumors? Not rumors, allegedly. Now, I ain't one to gossip. The Swiss Beats and Lala Anthony.
Oh, I know.
Hmm.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, what women got to realize,
Mm-hmm. Bring it out.
you get with these men, you cheated, you got that man, took them from their wife, and you think you all that in a bag of chips, like he won't do it again, like you the world's best thing,
Yep.
baby, please. If he's a cheater, he's a cheater. And as for you ain't got nothing, if you had to get a man that was married, first of all, you ain't shit no way. Because there's three sides to every story. And I would not, and I refused my entire life to sit up and listen to a man that's telling me stuff about their wife. They not happy. You telling me this and I'm supposed to believe it? You women that do that are sick. And you sit up and believe the lies because they're lying to you probably. And then you get with them and you think you're going to live happily ever after. It ain't happening, sister. It ain't happening. You cheated. After a while, he's going to cheat on your ass.
What goes around comes around.
Thank you. Oh, another thing I wanted to talk about was, hey, let's give thanks that Dwayne Wade's youngest son the mother got custody of that child while they were trying to flaunt this child out around talking about he didn't know if he was a boy or a girl. Thank God the mother got custody of this child.
When did that happen?
Girl, recently, honey,
Shut
go
the front
Google
door.
it on YouTube, honey.
Shut the front door.
Huh?
I said, shut the front door.
Girl, yes, honey, yes. Zayd, wasn't Zayd his name or Zayden or something? Oh yeah, honey, he's with
You know what? I did not realize that Gabrielle Union had that had that boy since he was 2 years old.
right.
I didn't realize that at 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So she practically raised him. It's gonna be hard for that mother to. It might be hard for the mother to. Because if I'm not mistaken, I don't think the mother wanted him to be that way. The mother,
Girl, I don't.
that lifestyle.
Right, right. But at least, he's not being exploited all on TV to be humiliated further by kids going to school and your parents out here saying you don't know if you want to be a girl or a boy.
There's a girl that on YouTube whose name is Kenyatta Mayweather or something like that. She did a 5-part series interviewing Dwayne Wade ex-wife. I mean, I don't know how a man, according to her story now, allegedly, I don't know how a man gets to treat a woman that way and get away with it unless the woman is unfit. I guess money rules the world. I don't know how he was able to take her children away from her. I mean, their children away from her. Dwayne Wade.
Money. That girl like the Dwayne Wade situation, the way he did his first wife, after the family allowed him to stay with him because at the time the mom was a drug addict.
Oh, see,
nowhere to live. They took him in, treated him like family. He married her, had kids, got famous, and then said, hell with them people.
Oh, you're talking about Dwayne Wade's mother,
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Right. Yeah. I remember that story. I remember that.
And so people better be careful. You think you moving on up because you got a better looking woman now. She might be slim and trim. You think you done got you a dime piece and you done got the gutter of the world.
Yeah, this is a touchy topic, because there are a lot of men that move on and forget about their children.
And that's what the topic. Don't forget about your children.
Especially in our community.
Oracle says I'm glad she got custody. TMH will make a way if they can get those 2 black children for Charlize Theron. She says money.
Here she
Uh, and they pushing the propaganda, trying, keep trying to shove it down our throats. Do you believe me out of it? You are born a male boy or a female girl. Now, how you feel is on your own to each its own. Girl, it ain't no choosing. In my book, ain't no choosing. If you was born a boy, you born a boy. You was born a girl, you're born a girl.
pretty much.
You ain't having no rights as long as you living in my house.
Pretty much.
You're not having no rights.
We're not
You
even going to talk about how it's an abomination to the creator.
you know, when did kids, start having all these rights, the right to say this and the right to say that? Girl, please. No, no, no. Mm-mm.
What is that little boy name?
Um, hold on. I'm Googling it now. So I can think it was, wait a minute. So men, we need you to step up and claim your children. I don't care if you're a bum on the street, an alcoholic, got a gambling problem, don't still dressing like you was 25. Step up and claim your kids and let them know that they have a father and that their father loves them. So they don't have to go looking for love in all the wrong places, especially girls.
What I don't understand is how did like you said money. I was going to ask the same question again. Dwayne Wade's wife, ex-wife, Savon Funches. How does a woman lose her children to her husband unless she's unfit?
Well, what they was doing is, and we all can say this, a a woman scorned, mad, and you decide to treat me like shit when you had nothing.
Zaya.
Me and my family was there for you.
I don't see any recent articles about her getting custody of Zaya.
Wait a minute. What? Okay. Let me see.
This lady, Kieta Mayweather Gamble. I'm on her page now on YouTube. She did a nice series on the interview. Y'all should check it out. It's very interesting with Savon, Dwayne Wade's ex-wife. It's like a 5 parts, 5 segments. It was 7 segments.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, that's got to be a sad situation to have your son taken away from you by your husband, and then even sadder that your son is changing himself into a girl.
And then, uh, no, it wasn't that child. It was that love child. That child that he had when they were separated, allegedly on a
That he had
visit.
on, you saying that he had on Gabrielle Union?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank God that Gabrielle Union didn't get to get that one.
Ain't that the truth?
Thank you, Lord.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? And so, Dwayne Wade ain't shit neither. Now he cheated on her, he, with his wife, with Gabrielle. Cheated
Right,
on Gabrielle. Gabrielle was having fertility issues.
right.
He got another woman pregnant, and then you turn around and marry this man.
So the baby that she had by him, did she have that baby naturally?
No, I think somebody else had the baby. Someone else had the
So
baby.
she just can't have children, huh?
Yeah.
And turn somebody else's child into
I think they had a surrogate.
and help encourage somebody else's child to change their sex, like to change their whole sex. She encouraged somebody else's child. Yeah, she's I figured she had a surrogate. She encouraged somebody else's child
Yeah.
to change their whole appearance.
So Dwayne Wade, you ain't no man neither. You run around here, you doing all of this mess. You exploiting your children. Yeah. Well, I can give him credit. He did he did claim his love child. So we will they called it the love child.
Was it a boy or girl?
Huh?
Was it a boy or girl?
I think it was a boy. Hold on. That was a boy. Yeah. It was a boy. Yeah.
How the hell did he get custody? Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
And people want to say, I'm so sick of people that always want to say somebody is jealous of them or they hating on them. It's unreal. It is unreal. It's unreal. It's unreal. I'm not jealous of any woman. I'm not jealous of any woman. Just do the right thing. I'm gonna fix your crown. I'm gonna be your friend. I'm not jealous of any woman. Now, B, if you know that your friend's husband is cheating, do you do you tell them?
That's a good question. I believe I would. If I knew my best friend's husband was cheating,
Oh, would you tell it?
would I tell it? I believe I would. I could not tell it. Because I would feel just as guilty as her, just as guilty as him if I didn't say anything. I would feel guilty. I couldn't be around her and not let her know. If this is my best friend, I couldn't be around her. Girl, look, I don't mean no harm. I ain't trying to get in your business, but I seen your man with such and such and such. They were kissing and he had his. Sister Orca said, nope. I would tell it. I would say I would tell it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If
Hey,
my
fat boy,
if
how
my
are
best
you doing?
friend's husband was cheating on her, I would have to say something. I would go to him first. If you don't tell her, I'm telling her. If you don't say anything to her, I'm going to tell her.
Right.
All right? Boom. And let's
Yeah.
take it from there.
And Oracle says, how do you have the right to say what do at 2 years old, 7 years old, 9 year old? You don't know how you gonna feel 30
Right.
years from now.
I don't mean I probably don't have the right to say this, but I have my suspicion why Gabrielle Union can't have
Hey,
kids.
fat boy, want to jump on the panel? Want to come tell us if you knew your? Are you a man? Do you?
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. You're right, fat boy. I'll take my chance. I'll take my chance. I'll
Yeah,
take my chance.
yeah,
You said if you tell it and she didn't believe you, which 9 times out of 10 she probably won't. And then when she found out for herself, what you think gonna happen? Who you think she gonna call first? Girl, you was right. I know, Heifer.
and then they get back together, and she ain't gonna want to talk to you no more
Oh, that's fine.
because no, I'm just saying hypothetically.
But that's how
This
it
is
is,
what
though.
happens.
You're right.
You tell them, they get back with the man, and then your friendship is ruined.
Yep.
But you don't Sister Girl, I was just trying to warn you because there's too many diseases out here, too much stuff. But then they won't.
So fat boy, what if she found out that I knew and I didn't tell her?
I'm gonna put the link up here.
What
And
if she found out that I knew that her husband was cheating and I ain't say nothing? Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put the link in there. And fat boy, I need to know, uh uh if you have children, do you acknowledge all of your
He
children?
said, I'm screwed either way. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
I put the link up there. Come on here, fat boy. I got some questions to ask you. You a man. So let me see. Yeah. So all I want to do is say real men accept your children Stay in your children's lives. Know your children. Please do not marry. If you okay,
Because let me tell you something, April. I'm from a small town in North Carolina, right? I went to school with this girl, one of my classmates. She ended up having sex with her brother. They didn't find out they were brother and sister till after they had sex. They had
oh
the
my
same
God.
father and didn't even know it.
And that's what I'm saying.
And she was head over heels over that boy. And they found out they were brother and sister, girl.
Oh my God. Girl, is she messed up now? Was she able to get some counseling
This
and
girl don't
care?
even. We were good friends. This girl don't remember me to this day. She don't remember me to this day. She had several strokes in her life after that. I don't know why. I'm not saying that's why, but she had a. Yeah.
Yeah, some people don't want to be reminded of the past, or they don't want to be around people that know what they went through. And that's awful because I want a person that's been with me as my friend through the good, bad, and ugly. Yep. So, but I know here Joliet is a small town too, and there's a lot of men around here that's got outside kids that didn't claim them or claim the outside child. They got with a woman and was claiming that child. Uh, I know of a situation that they had a daughter. They got with another woman. She got pregnant, had the child, forgot about his daughter, loved this woman's daughter to death. This man comes to Joliet looking for his daughter. Couldn't have found out he done took care of a daughter that wasn't his, but you had dissed your own child.
Mm,
Hmm.
mm.
Yep. So take care of your kids, men. If they outside, if they were before marriage, and you get with a woman and she can't accept that child before the marriage, not saying the child got to move in, but at least acknowledge them, be involved in their lives, in your life, then that ain't the type of woman you need to be with, especially if it was before the marriage. Now, during the marriage, I can't make no comments about that.
And on the flip side, sisters, let these men see their children.
Yeah.
Let these men see their children. I don't care if you have to sit in the living room with them. Sit in the living room with them if you have to. If you don't trust him, now that's a different story. If he haven't done anything to harm his own children, he has every right to see his child.
Hmm.
Let that child go stay with his daddy. You know, we
Yeah.
need our daddies. Little girls need their daddies. Little boys need their daddies. Let these men be with their children. Stop the madness. Come on now. It's 2022.
Yep. Because all little girls dream of their fathers. Yeah. Please acknowledge your children. We got so many issues going on in the black community. We need children to see some type of love, neutering. We need children to see that people can be adults. That's my dad, even though he's married. Uh, you still go over to their house and everybody treats you fine. Don't don't do that to a child and not accept that child and make them feel terrible and worse, unloved and unwanted.
Well, listen, April, I'm gonna have to hop down. I thank you for
Yeah.
inviting me on the panel. Nice topic, good topic. That's a touchy topic.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be trying to talk about all of the issues. You know, I feel like maybe this is the reason I've been left here. I mean, I appreciate everybody that comes to my channel.
Yeah, your
Oh,
channel is growing, 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 man.
and people
You'll be able to
don't forget
monetize
B
soon.
Sparrow has B Sparrow Talk.
You'll be able to
Orange
monetize
Face
soon,
Judah.
April. Are you going to monetize?
No, I doubt it.
You'll be able to monetize soon.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you for letting me get on the panel. Shout out to
Oh,
my
it's no
sisters in the
problem.
chat
It's
room.
no problem.
I appreciate you. Have yourself a good night. I'm gonna hop down now and
Okay, me too.
right quick. Y'all
All
have a
right.
good night. Shalom.
Everybody have a. Well, I'm gonna see if Fat Boy's gonna come on because he said I got 4 kids. I'm gonna click in a couple of minutes. Can everyone please hit like, share, and subscribe? And I also want people to know on Saturday at 1 o'clock p.m. I will be interviewing Miss Felicia Vesey Houston, who runs a counseling service. And so I hope you all can join me as she talks about the services that she provides for people. Okay, so Fat Boy hasn't come on. I'm gonna get off. It's been a great show. Hey, with COVID being in full force, I will be on YouTube more because I am not leaving my house. Everybody have a nice and safe evening, and thanks for joining me.